Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play Disco Elysium. In the last episode, we sung our heart out in karaoke, and everyone said it sucked. We read another ledger entry, and then upon waking up on day 4, we found Kim waiting outside for us. And now we're gonna continue with day 4. It's still, I would say it's before 8, but it's not. It is in fact just after 8. And I'm thinking that before we actually try to solve the murder on the boardwalk, we're going to go back to the electrical building and see if Ruby is in there, or at least see what Kim suggests we do. Because I am very interested in getting my gun, and I am suspicious that she has it. I think I'm going to need it if we have to actually fight the people inside the who are wearing armor like I'm currently wearing.
Hello. Isn't this a fine morning?
We're not begging for money. The electrical building was down this way. Actually, I have begged for money before, haven't I? A few times I've asked people, but I haven't been able to get a bribe from anyone. And I haven't been able to use my ledger for anything. Like, I can't actually give anyone a ticket who might be doing something wrong. Oh, hello! Look who it is, everyone! The person looking for the phasmid. 2 of them, actually. This must be the... Oh, they both actually have white hair. I think. Tiny cages, carefully constructed. These soggy logs smell of ignition fluid. Still, they won't light up. It's almost impossible to get a fire going this near to the ocean. These heavy military blockades are riddled with bullet holes, crumbling. Oh, hello. What have we here? 45 real. How much money have we earned from our indirect modes of taxation? 12 bucks, I think? That patch of reeds over there. It's a great place to hide something. Kind of out of the way, being so close to the water. What is this about, Inland Empire? Nothing, just a hunch. The hunch passes, leaving you there, like the old buoy bobbing in the water. Time to go. A buoy bobbed in the water. The number on it says 11. Maybe that was the phasmid. As much as I really do want to find the bug and talk to those people, I'm going to prioritize Ruby this morning. I can see what looks like a bottle there as well. I don't know if I actually had this out before. No. It's so weird that, like, I see bottles occasionally, like plastic bottles, glass bottles, but I can't pick them up. Alright, and this is the mural we need to investigate with Kim. Oh wait, this is not what we did need Kim here to tell us a little bit more about this. Oh, Kim's not going to know. Hold on. So we needed Kim to ask this one question that Visual Calculus said we should talk to Kim about. But the door is what we want on the other side of the building. Kim doesn't see the execution. Although Kim might see the bullet holes and be able to guess that what we're talking about. Kim, who was in this execution? At first, Luke doesn't say a word. He just stares at the wall. I don't know, he finally says. I don't know who died here, lined up beside that horrible wall. It could have been any of the parties involved in the revolution. Perhaps the ones executed here were the loyalist conservatives, killed by the communists at the start of the Civil War. Or it could have been the communists, put to death during the last stretch of the conflict by the coalition forces. Remember what Truant Halstem said about Feld. What if it was the Feld personnel when their assets were being seized by the revolutionaries? Lieutenant nods. Another likely scenario. Yeah, everyone does horrible things in war. Everyone thinks they're doing the right thing as well. Very easy to paint the other side as monsters. Especially when you're fighting them. And arguably for your life, depending upon what, I guess, the government or media has told you. What about people from the coalition? The so-called moralists? Yeah, it's very unlikely... Oh, sorry. Yeah. It's very unlikely the coalition forces were the ones who died here. They were always the last ones against the wall. To be honest, if a coalition member was anyone in the situation, it was the commandant, the superior giving the orders. A cold sea wind blows the figures away. Oh, Feld Electric was the other building, actually. This is the wrong building altogether. We shouldn't even be here. Although I guess I'm glad I did show up. We earned 5 more experience points. It's funny how Sam Burke is Sam. We're going to talk about Sam Burke's statistics for a little bit. So I've put I put 5 points into the yellow abilities, which I had no intention of taking, and the thought cabinet, or what let me take perception and hand-eye coordination. But it makes sense for a cop to have good perception and hand-eye coordination, and he would have actually miserable everything else. So I kind of like how this has worked out for us. I have heard that some people get up to level 50 is like the max level in this game. And on that note, how many points have I spent? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So if that is the case, then we're slightly over halfway done with the experience we can earn. It might have been a lot lower, too. It might have been only like level 30 or so. I'm not really complaining either about this. I'm just curious as to how many more points I can get in different stats, and if it's going to be a detriment that I haven't been improving the things I started the game with at some point. I'm guessing it probably won't be. This game strikes me as a type of game that whatever your build, you could go through the whole game failing every single check, and as long as you didn't run out of life and or sanity, or what is this, morale and health, you would still be okay. Like, you get to the ending. On that note, I suppose we're playing a really nice character to go through the game first with. Because we have a decent amount of endurance and morale. Okay. Kim, do you think Ruby's in there? In there. She could, or... He points behind you. She could be in the identical ruin over there. Or that boat shack. In that church tower, maybe. Why single out this one building? Oh my god. So, we're going to need... shivers. Everything that can give us shivers needs to be put on us. And everything that can take it away needs to be off of us. So scratch hand-eye coordination. It's a white check, so I can retake it. But I need a 20 on that, and I only have a 6. Yeah, this is going to be very, very difficult. +1 shivers with our cloak. You might as well put on all the clothes, see what we get, and make the attempt. Remember that if we get an 11 or a 12... That will also let us win, but if we get a 2 or a 3, no matter what we've rolled, we'll have failed. Okay, let's make the attempt. 8%. Suddenly, all is quiet. There is no cold hand brushing against her forehead, no rustle in the reeds. The wind has died down or gone behind a corner. You only hear distant waves washing the coast. Perception. The ruin in front of you is as silent as a tomb. She could be anywhere. How do we find her? How do we? I was really hoping she'd be in the village. Lieutenant sighs and gets a hold of himself. Okay. She's probably north of the village, and this place is a peninsula. I think there's people west of here. We could ask them. He looks to his right and cups his ear. Indeed. You hear what sounds like two men arguing where the lieutenant is pointing. And then there's the church. This is at the bell tower. If I were a murder suspect, I would not hide in the most prominent building here. But who knows? Maybe she's reckless. Anyway, we do it the old-fashioned way, sector by sector. Go over the whole peninsula, ask the locals, enter the places where we can enter first, like we did in the village. And if that fails, if we don't find her, then, if we're desperate, we can look where we can't enter. Bunkers, storm drainage, this place. I'm sure it won't come to that. Looks behind him, at the dark red box crumbling across the chasm. Walk the coast, the old boardwalk, the reeds. You can always come back here and talk to the wind again. Look where it already got you. Endurance. Buckle up and raise your collar. This search is going to be wet and cold. Okay, so... Can I put this cloak down here? I can, okay. So I'm going to start putting things where I want them. Like, I think I want them. I'm going to put all my Shivers equipment down here. What else gives me Shivers that I equipped? I mean, that I'm always keeping on me, at least at the moment. So just those things. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay, so while Kim's back, and I remember, let's go ahead and look at our badge. A police badge on which you see the photo of a man. You. Some seaweed is stuck to the back. Look at the photo. We've already read this before. So I'm skipping... okay, I thought we might be able to talk to Kim about something. Precinct 41. Yes, it's the designation of your precinct. 41. Like mine says, 57. The 57th is mostly industrial harbor. A lot of asphalt. The 41st is... He stops. What? It's a tough station to work in. You have all of Jamrock to cover. That district should have 3 precincts. But money is what it is. Esprit de corpse. It's no wonder you are like you are, he thinks. But then again, a faint smile. It's a legendary district, and a hell of a station, too. It must be an honor and a curse to work with people like Price, McCoy, Berdeyavia, Roberts, Farbach, Dimitri. Suddenly names from your decompetage flash in your forebrain. Authority. And you? Is it an honor to work with you? Don't ask him. Ask yourself. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information on it, and a shining watermark. Date of issue, 7th of November, 50. 4 months ago. Seems like a new document was recently made. One is handed to you as part of a promotion, or if you lose the old one. Oh, handed, I suppose what that's supposed to say. Endurance. The pain in your chest tells you were working yourself to death to earn that rank. Electrochemistry. The case created a lot of edge you have to take off. The death march really gets us going. Logic. You're pretty sure you weren't doing well, but better? Probably. Yes. Inland Empire. A lot can happen in 4 months, especially in winter. The winters are never easy on you. Of that you are sure. Horrific necktie. I remember that time. The tie around your neck feels tight suddenly. That was a good time. We had a good work-drink balance going. What happened, man? Pump it up! No. Volition and I are in agreement. Rank, name Harrier Dubois. Harrier. That's long for Harry. So you are Harry, he thinks. Everett was half right. Probably not a lot of people know your full name. Whoever told him you're Harry Dubois didn't. What kind of name is Harrier? It's a wartime name, revolutionary. The kind mothers give their sons during troubled times, like Undying or Boxer or Ironhide. It's meant to keep you safe. I like my tequila sunset or sunrise. But, you know, Sam wouldn't. I hate to say it. I really like the idea of going with tequila sunrise, but no, Sam would accept Harrier. He would accept his name. And when I think of Harrier, I think of like for some reason I'm thinking of like an aircraft, like harrying the enemy. I actually like that name. Harrier Dubois it is then. Pleased to make your acquaintance, Harrier Dubois. Esprit de Corps. He's not going to call you Harrier. He'll keep calling you Officer when he's angry with you, and Detective when he's not. Serial REV12 6205 Jam 41. Is this Revachol Revolution 126205? That's when I started. That's just a serial number. Revachol, oh, it is Revachol. Revachol Jamrock Precinct 41, with some numbers thrown in there for good measure. Logic. The numbers are not there for good measure. They have an administrative purpose, one that's unfortunately been erased from your memory. Rank LTN 2JFR? Lieutenant Double Yefliter. What does that mean? The lieutenant is a rank above sergeant and below captain. It's the highest rank in the RCM that still does field work. I'm a lieutenant. Oh, are you also a double Yefliter? The title of Yefliter is added to your rank when you decline a promotion to a higher rank. In your case, captain, Lieutenant explains. You have declined twice. Thus, you're double Yefliter. Declined? There are many reasons one would do this. The rank above you in your precinct's decomptage might be taken. Or sometimes promoted officers do not want to replace their superiors out of respect. And sometimes, he continues, they just prefer the type of police work available to their current rank. In your case, Lieutenant. I think that would be accurate for Sam, actually. Heavy-duty case-solving machine. What's a decomptage? Decomptage is the hierarchical system employed by the Revachol Citizens Militia. It means counting down to twos. The countdown is modeled after the dual leadership system employed by the left during the Revolution. What does that mean, the left during Revolution? This isn't America, USA, Britain. I would imagine there is no left or right here. Which in turn was developed by the last century experimental psychological. I can't pronounce it today. Why can't I pronounce? I can't pronounce it. In the University of Koenigstein. The lowest rank is junior officer, usually teenagers. Then there are patrol officers, then sergeants, lieutenants, and then a captain. That's basically it, except for a few kinks. What kinks? Kinks like satellite officers and the additional editor rank I already explained. Authority. The long and short of it is, you're his superior. Wait, satellite officers. You are given the title of satellite officer if your partner is quickly promoted through the ranks and you rise with him. You don't seem to be a satellite. We're not going to mention it. I believe, if I recall correctly, Sam and Twitch were partners, and I think they were of equal rank, or Sam was actually slightly higher. But Twitch was extremely intelligent and very perceptive. Sam was very good at hounding people and was more aggressive when it came to the arrest. He was basically, it's very similar to what we see here with Kim and me, with me being more physical and violent, and Kim being more methodical and not reserved. I don't want to say intelligent either, but I don't know how else to describe it. Thanks for explaining all this. My pleasure. I'm not going to mention this. Turn back to the document. Such a small yet precious thing. Expensive paper caught between thick plastic like a fly in amber. Everyone, we gained a level. So I'm going to put that level in Shivers right now. And guess what we're doing? We're trying it again. We had an 8% chance last time. 17% now. Ah, one short! One short. Listen to the wind, but for what? Ruby whistling? The crackle of her bonfire? Some errant whisper or a dog barking? Shake off the feeling. Alright, I'll have to try again later. We're back to the ice bear fridge, aren't we? We're gonna keep putting points in it. But unlike other abilities, I don't mind... Well, actually, I don't mind putting points in any of the abilities. But we'll probably... If we have to max Shivers, I'll do it. Although... Okay, I have a bit of honesty here. Well, no, that's the wrong thing to say, Tim. I have heard that there is a very difficult Shivers check in the game, and that if you cannot pass it, you have hard-locked yourself out of completing it. I think this might be the check that people have been talking about. If that is the case, then I will not... like, when I put that last point into Shivers, I'm going to make sure I pass that check. That's a Noland Vigint Kink, an unsuccessful model. Oh, nice! We recognize what the car is now. Okay, so we have several things to do. What did Kim say we should do? Well, I guess if nothing else, we can go back. Oh, Kim said we should investigate the rest of the peninsula. So while we're out here, let's look around with Kim about some of the other places we've been to already. Actually, that's kind of dumb. Let's go back to Martinez, and we'll take a look. We'll take a look at the Well, not take a look at that. We'll use the phone in the Camina to call about the armor, because we have even more information we want to ask about that. And then we'll call about the dead body and report in that we're taking this case. Something else that just occurred to me. We didn't do the fight for whatchamacallit, did we? I didn't fight Kuno's father. Let's see, can we talk about the electrical building with the kids? Kids, have you seen any bad people around? One of the twins looks up, his mouth slightly open. What bad people? He asks. I don't think questioning 40-year-olds without their parents present is going to crack the case, says the lieutenant. Authority. Then we're definitely doing it. Is little your sister? Yes. Okay. Yes. Bye, kids. Take care. Up, up, and away.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
I found this jacket, but it's filthy. Could you wash it for me? I can wash it for you, she says after looking at the jacket over, but it's going to take about half an hour. Think you can stay put for that long? Volition. Hell yeah. The instrument. No. We must run around ceaselessly. It would be torture to stay put. I could use a breather before another runny day begins. Yeah, I'll wait. Well, hand it over then. I'll see what I can do. It's a fallen windbreaker. I must say, I'm proud of this one. She nods, handing the jacket back to you. It's pretty nice underneath all that filth. I hope it'll have an easier life in your hands. Thank you. Just like us, I think. Oh, wow. +1 pain threshold. +1 half-light. -1 drama. Pain threshold. Element proof. Half-light. Always hot. -1 drama. Sweat like a pig. This windbreaker is like a protective cocoon, placing the wearer's torso into a pocket universe where wind, water, dirt, and fire cannot harm them. Huge writing 100% synthetic is proudly displayed on the chest. It lets absolutely no air through. Warning, item not actually fireproof. Oh, I like the way we look with this, actually. I'm going to miss that Spirit de Corpse. But on that same note, like, I don't really mind not being able to lie. That wasn't Sam's thing anyway. I do like Pain Threshold, and Half-Life. Half-Light is very Sam as well. It's a shame about these gloves, because I don't want to take them off since we unlock them. But maybe we will wear these as well. Ooh! They all match! I mean, I should have expected that. It would look pretty awesome like this, if I do say so myself. I don't think I want another penalty perception, though. Let's see, what does this give me? +2 logic? I'll take +1 logic. Alright, we'll go like this for a little bit. We'll still put on our commander's jacket before I talk to my friends again in the RCM. Okay, let's stick to the plan, Tim. Stick with what you said you were going to do, and go back and use the phone. I don't think you need that on you. Oh, should we get some dice from the dice maker? Since I'm no longer spending money on the whirling in rags, we could do that. I think I said I was going to do that. It's tempting. I may need to watch the videos I've uploaded to get a good refresher of the places I was before that my thought processes suggested I come back to when Kim is present. Will this guy buy clothes now? Let's quickly check. He probably won't.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
Bird's Nest Roy, do you have any recordings of the Kodo Mama de Qua? The Kodo Mama de Qua? He looks at you with astonishment. Sorry, I would never have guessed that you were that interested in ultrasonic sounds, or birds for that matter. I wouldn't have guessed that you know what the Kodo Mama de Qua is. That's fair. It's been a long time since my Kodo Mama de Qua hunting days. He responds with a thin smile. Once knew a group of young musicians who decided they didn't want to play music anymore and started looking for all kinds of interesting sounds instead. This was before, lost touch with them after that. That sounds so cool. We actually met a group just like that on the coast. Cool or not, one of them was obsessed with the recording of the Kodo Mama de Qua, and he was one of those passionate people who knew a lot about all kinds of strange things. So he got the rest of us to join in his search. And did you ever find it? We thought we did. We got together all these recordings of unusual sound patterns, compared them, cut them up and combined them into the Symphonia Kodo Mama de Qua. Can I listen to it? Unfortunately, I don't have any recordings from my old life. None of all. But I do have a tape with some ultrasonic sounds that might be what you're looking for. He starts rummaging through some of the tapes behind the counter. Do we really have time for this? Lieutenant whispers to you. Yes, it's absolutely necessary for my research. He dusts off a case, then takes out the tape and places it on the tape player. This recording comes from down the coast. Wasn't looking to record anything specific. Just left the recording device there one morning. Keep in mind, I have to slow this one down enough to make the sounds well over 200 kilohertz audible to the human ear. It will be strange. He switches on the tape player. The speakers begin to emit a low hum. Brace yourself, everyone. Oh, okay. As I thought I was going to play another really super loud sound for us. As the hum grows louder, modulating, but always unnaturally, uncomfortably low. Like it's coming not from the speakers, but also from inside your chest. Breathing is becoming difficult. Endurance. That's an illusion. Your breathing is just as it was and will remain that way unless you start panicking. And Empire. There's a growing sense of dread. The sound is coming from inside you, but also surrounding you. It feels as though someone is standing just outside your range of vision and watching you, doing this to you. He nods to you reassuringly, just as more diverse, higher-pitched sounds, some random, some appearing to form patterns, hit your eardrums. Logic. Seabirds, most likely. Gulls and such. Seagulls? And squaws, but shh. He raises a finger and inclines his head towards the speakers, and a new high-pitched shivering sound. That's it! That's the signal in the noise. The thin whisper. The low range of sounds is easier to handle with a focal point, but still troubling. You are mesmerized by the sounds, but also feel nausea welling up as the motif continues, then begins to recede, dissolving in what must be the sound of water lapping at the bank. He switches the tape off the tape player. You know, now that I've listened to it on these new speakers, it's not the Koda Mama Makwada. Wrong patterns, wrong photons. Probably some insect trying to sing higher than its predecessors can hear. Still, fascinating, aren't they? Early morning sounds. Take care, Roy. Always nervous when the game autosaves suddenly. It makes me think something very important occurred. Maybe now we know a little bit more about that creature. Interesting that it made us feel disturbed. So I keep thinking that we're going to eventually have to fight the group, the mercs. Because I think I mentioned it at least once. Oh, hello. What have we here? Let's get ready for combat. This is good. We'll go with this for... Oh, but maybe I want more physical... Oh, no. Our physical instrument stuff is still with us. We're good. Go with this, Tim. Unless you want a different hat on your head. You're at -1 perception because it's 3 perception. Just 4. I think we'll be okay. All right, let's see what these punks want. Fuck the world, piss something.
That's one brutal motor carriage.
Says a young man with piss faggot written on his back.
If I were a real skull right now, I'd jack it, paint it in palm tree livery, then bottom light it neon style.
His companion wears a simple yet elegant slogan. Fuck the world.
Snazzy shit ripped skull mobile like this would make a fine trophy. We could, like, hang fucking shrunken heads from the side mirrors. Cops' heads, scary tribal shit.
Yeah, tribal shit. A cop carriage like this would have proper skull value.
While I appreciate the interest you take in my brutal motor carriage, I have to stop you right there. The RCM takes threats directed at its property seriously.
It's just theoretical work, Copper. No basis in reality. Man, if we were certified skulls right now...
Authority. Was it a good idea on the Lieutenant's part to get into this? Don't even answer that. Just leave. You can always come back later on your own terms. I need to make a phone call. We don't have time for this. Let's go. But I'm going to obey authority. We'll walk away briefly. Let's take... I guess we're going to do this with those guys sitting right there. Pick up the radio again. Hello, Precinct 57. How may I assist you? I need to report... I thought there was, Oh, with the 40... No, I thought, she was the one we talked about the armor. I guess we're all done with the armor? Alice, this is Firewalker. Reconnect me to the 41st. She sighs. Right. Please hold. 10-4, come in. He hesitates. Firewalker. Over. May I report that I found my badge, Jules. 10-4, sir. Glad to hear that. I'll write down that there's no need to issue a new one to you then. Over. Electrochemistry. Feels good to get that off your chest, right? Celebration with beer? No. No. Maybe cigs. You should push the cigarettes more off the electrochemistry, not the alcohol. 10-10. Over. Roger that. 10-10. Over and out. With those words, the cabin becomes silent again. But I'm not done with that radio. Alice, I need to report a dead body on the Martinez boardwalk. One moment. You can hear her shuffling through some papers. Can you please describe the body? Age, sex, cause of death? An unidentified middle-aged man. Height, 170 to 175 centimeters. Dark hair, medium build. Looks like he slipped, fell through a hole in the boardwalk, and hit his head against a metal bench. We suspect he might have been intubated when he fell. There were bottles all around him, and traces of vomit on his shirt. Any signs of violence? No, seems like it was an accident. No field autopsy necessary, she repeats. Perception. You can hear her quickly typing in the background. What about his belongings? Did you examine his clothes? He was wearing boots, trousers, and an old leather jacket with a bright blue lining. I found a library card from his pockets. Any information on the card? It's from Central Jamrock's public library. It belongs to someone named Billy Magine. Good, you have a lead. Do you and Lieutenant Kitsuragi want to take the case, or should I assign it to someone else? We're taking it. I have assigned the case to Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi. Please follow up on this library lead to identify the man. We'll send someone to take the body to the morgue. That's it for now. Thank you for reporting in. Is there anything else I can do for you? Well, connect me with the Jamrock Public Library, please. I'm afraid they're closed. It says here that the library's open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. We should try it again during business hours. Anything else, Detective? I'm done. 57th, over and out. Her voice disappears into the void. Okay, so we gotta wait another hour or so. So, where are we going to go next? Since Cindy the Skull is here, and these people are called Skulls, maybe she'll know a little bit about them? Let's stop by briefly and see if she does. Or else, I guess we'll look at all our quests once we're done with this. Oh, we can actually go back out there and talk to the people looking for the Phasmids. Oh, that's what the Lieutenant said. 2 people were arguing in the west. Though I thought the west was to our left, not the right. Where's our map? There, that's odd. There's no indication on the map as which way is north? There isn't. Oh yeah, since we're here, let's talk with Cindy the Skull. Then we'll stop by the Rolling in Rags, because now I have some information, some names that we talked to Kim about our badge. Maybe now we can talk to the 2 people from my precinct. And we'll understand them a little bit better. I'm hoping that's the case.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Oh, that is a giant skull she's painted, assuming that was her. I do like what she did with the eyes and the windows. I'll talk with this girl again as well, I suppose.
Give me a moment.
I'm looking for the parents of a kid named Kuno. The Urutis are at the end of this hallway, right next to the communal bathroom. Thanks, I'm off. Well, now we know where he sits. Sorry, where he's located, in case we do want to get into a fight. Might be a good idea to get some practice, as much as I hate to say that. I just remembered that we're going to wear the fallen gloves at the moment as well. Oop. I guess we are going to go running. Does Kim run? Oh, Kim does run. You notice that Kim also mentioned running as well, although I've done almost no running in the entire game. Again, I suspect the designers of the game, the devs, just assumed everyone would double-click everywhere, and that the few people like me who exist, all like 5 of us, who are like walking everywhere, probably wouldn't play this game. I guess that's fair though, right? That the vast majority of people are going to run, you want to point out to them. You design your games or your interfaces for the people who are most likely to use them, not for the people who aren't.
Yes? What is it?
Again, I can't believe this shit.
Let's talk about the Hanged Man again. Okay, why not? Let's do this whole thing over again. We're not wasting time. There is no time. The person who we think shot him, who made it look like he was hanged, that we're looking for, we can't find her. Well, where have you looked for her? We think she may be on the coast. West of here. Tough luck. That place is ruined from the bombardment. Lots of places to hide there. Yeah, well, hey, why am I telling you these things? I don't know. Why are you? He gives you an odd look. Oh my god, there's more. He looks at you in disbelief. You want something more. What is it? I'm so disappointed in our interactions with these two. It's like the information we have gained is not the information that Harry has gained. Like, we know these are police officers. Why does Harry act like a dummy when it comes to recognizing them as such? And they're from the 41st, which is where we're from too. We know this. Harry knows this. You know what it is? I like the story so much that when something doesn't make sense, it's a bit jarring for me. That's why I complain, I think, about different bits of the game. Now, how much tar do we have in our tar bag? Nothing. Okay, so... where do we go now? Punch Clock Payphone. Where was this? Oh, that was all the way back up here by Measurehead. Let's go there and see if we can interact with it. What's happening? Oh, okay. But what's happening with the statue? But that shadow isn't of the statue. So this guy, he's moving around.
Right to work!
Hola, Wandering Man.
Just checking if anyone here has anything new to say. We haven't been over here in at least one whole day, right? We came here briefly in day 2 as well as day 1. I think this is that phone? Oh, wow. Let your muscle memory dial a random number. I don't know if I would want to do that. We might dial our X. But if we're gonna do it, let's make sure we have as much interfacing as we can get. I don't think we had any other clues that had it plus interfacing on it. Our current gloves are +2 interfacing, so we'll never use those other gloves again. And I don't have anything that is giving me a penalty to it, to my knowledge. Alright, let's give it a try. Already familiar cold touch of plastic welcomes you as you pick up the handset. Let your muscle memory dial a random number. Failed. It's unclear whether you actually have muscle memory right now. Your fingers are just drawing vaguely occult patterns in the air. We'll try this again later. Sure, why not? Muscle memory is a tricky thing. Nothing tricky about it. You just do, fail, repeat until it works. All it takes is motivation and practice. That sucked. That was our thought. That actually hurt us there. We had a really easy chance to pass it, and we failed it. How about that? I'm not going to be putting a point in interfacing, so we'll never, ever pick that up again. We have an hour to wait until it's time to... until we can call the library. I guess we'll deal with the thugs, the skulls, right now. Unless this guy doesn't have anything to say, right?
Looking for...
I wonder if Rolling has anything else to say.
This palm tree livery should be, like, pastel green. Fucking tropic shit.
He gazes dreamily at Lieutenant Kisaragi's motor carriage.
I can see it. Bright as day. If we were skulls right now.
Who are you?
I can tell you who we're not, cop. We're not snitches or skulls.
Oh.
Which is not to say that the skulls are bitches and... On the contrary.
The part of the presentation you want to take home with you, cop man, is we're not part of the skulls. Yet.
I really wish they didn't censor that word. That is so dumb. Remove it. If you don't want to say the word, get rid of it as something that's in the vocabulary of this universe. You're making this world yourself. It's so dumb. And that what annoys me is that they do that to it, which really distracts from the game. Authority. These skull people are more than an authority. They're deities. Do you guys know Cindy the Skull? The young man's eyes glaze over as he remarks in a voice filled with longing. Oh, yeah. Cindy's a right proper skull. Yeah. The other guy lights up too. A true artist of the future. Just like Arno van Eyck. By the way, if you see Cindy, give her our regards, he adds, returning from whatever void he was just visiting. Empathy. Odd. There isn't a hint of hate in them. It's like they're piss faggot and fuck the world out of some kind of moral obligation. The lieutenant on your left is unusually silent toward them. Why aren't there more skulls in Martinez? The Union does not share their policing in Martinez, at least where gangs are concerned. Lieutenant replies instead, that's why there isn't much organized crime around here. Esprit de Corps, apart from the Union themselves, of course. Fuck the world. Oh, those are the names? Interesting. Don't you worry about that. We're gonna make up for the deficit. Yeah, we are. Young men exchange approving nods. I see your kids are into anoditic dance music. Oh man, yeah! He exclaims and stops himself, processing the rest of your question. We're not fucking kids, man. Be wary of the abyss, the blind friend adds ominously and points to his temple. Why? It's a threat, the lieutenant answers for the two rebels. An impotent threat of violence. A threat. We'll go with the mean one. Don't fuck with me, boys. I'm one of the bad cops. Whoa, come on, man. He raises his open palms. We're just talking here. Just words. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, no need to throw your authority in our faces. Authority, that's right. Way to put them little boys in corner. You want to talk? Let's talk, boys. He makes your eyes. Ask them. Empathy. He liked how you decisively shut down a situation that could have turned into a farce. Your rhetoric is confusing. Are you a part of the Skulls or not? We're not franchise Skulls. Well, not yet. Once we get our name out there, we'll have a chance to join them. And what makes you think that the organization would accept you? Because we can be just as psycho and vicious, you'll see. But in a non-threatening and definitely legal way, the other quickly adds and whispers something to his friend. We'll fuck the system from the inside later. Just be cool now. The damage will be tenfold. That's right on, fuck! The blonde agrees and proactively spits on the pavement. So what's happening now? Enough about this scullery, then. He throws a long glance at the Kinema. Do you know anything about the murder that took place here? Point to the yard. Murder? A man was hanged in the back of the Whirling in Rags. Yeah, sure. We'll gladly tell you everything we know about him. It was a man. Also, he was hanged. Don't fuck around. I am the law. He was hanged from a tree. Yeah, I mean, duh. These punks don't know anything. Let's just move along. Hey, stop it right there. How does one know anything? I'm not going to entertain you with this any longer. Sure, the bellman says, quickly nodding. Understandable. Fucking I appreciate your effort, though. Who are the Skulls? You don't know? What kind of cop are you? I'm so glad you asked. The question was rhetorical, he replies, raising his open hand. The Skulls are the most vicious gang of the unpronounceable place. The nastiest bunch of psychos ever, jacking carriages and getting into high-speed chases. Possessing an infinite amount of fuck-all swagger, infamous for their non-verbal modus operandi. Non-verbal. If a Skull spots you, he will pull out his dagger and stab you without saying a word. They usually occupy the burnt-out quarter in Jamrock, where you can find them loitering around their brightly painted bottom-lighted vehicles. Oh, I can't wait to become a Skull. Bottom lights are wretched aggressive. What's with the jackets? What about them? Why do you have "fuck the world" written on your jacket? Like I said before, many men keep searching for the one, for so-called true love, which is actually just an obsession masquerading as kinship, the thrill of chase, the hollowness what fills your chest cavity after touching it. To catch a fish, you need to hurl the lure many times, and even then it isn't certain what you'll get anything. If you blow up the lake, though, blow it up! You can get more fish in a shorter time. And for time is of the essence and fleeting ever so quickly, one must think of a way to fuck the whole world, and not get caught up in some one. Because when one fucks everything, he fucks nothing. And that, to me, feels glorious, sticking your dick into the void. Wow! Why does your jacket have a piss faggot written on it? Well, first off, it's a statement and not necessarily something that characterizes me as a person, even though the statement has character, and I do like piss. The word piss faggot epitomizes the struggle taking place in the world, things being defined as they seem, not as they are, and I guess it's also about the communal spirit, the future, and truly appreciating our differences. Also, you gotta admit it catches the eye, and since the Grand Piper is slowly but steadily moving towards basing the economy on it, attention, it's imperative that the medium itself convey the message. That makes sense. What I mean by this is, we're all piss faggots, and the world is inherently meaningless. Composure. It is a coincidence. Is it a coincidence here that we have two badass jackets and two badass cops? Oh. Do we take the jackets off of them? Definitely a coincidence. We're not going to take their jackets. Which jacket would I wear anyway? No, that's dumb. Definitely coincidence. Your lack of imagination is baffling, but you do make up for it with, yes, questions. Well, talking with you has definitely been something. We could try that. I'd want my Half-Life equipment on. We would only fail on a 2 or 3, but I'm nervous now, having rolled a 3, how often that's going to be a thing that happens. Part of me is tempted to actually drop that thought. Now that it's bitten me, I realize that more than any of the other thoughts we have, that one is really a two-edged sword. Whatever, we're keeping it. I had to spend a level to ditch it. So, I'll be right back again, everyone. I'm going to put a small break here so I can go and get dinner this time. Be right back. Hey, everyone. So, I just checked on the recording, and we've been playing for actually an hour, or very close to it already. So, I'm thinking we should probably stop here, and we'll pick up in the next one, doing more of Day 4. So, I will see you guys then, and thank you all for watching.